You're in the presence of the realest essence. I've been serving lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the Cypress block, young buck holding it like we knew it all. Not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, I look back and do it all. I can remember the haters say the game will ruin y'all. What's that to me? Don't give about a hater. Let them like the in my paper. They call me
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Tonight we close out Week 7 with a good Monday night matchup between the Chicago Bears and the New England Patriots. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Bears, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Running from the gun with Henry. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. The Patriots at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get into...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now Wilson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands, you create...
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Dalvin Cook with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Here's Wilson to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open route beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Mecole Hardman, his 11th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 14-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
Throwing again on second down. Mills hit, and he loses the ball. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
On second down, Cook. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And the Bears are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Cook fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally. A first down throw for Mills. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Looking to throw is Mills. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 33. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Play action now, Mills. This will go to Henry out wide. They find some open field here. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
It's brought in by Wilson. Yeah, the Patriots are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Mills. Throw left side complete. That's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Derrick Henry. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots have got it back to within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 36 yards on the play.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, their first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
But this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. That's complete right side to Kmet. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Throwing is Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Patriots are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Throwing again, Mills on 2nd and 10. Caught, it's Wilson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Mills. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They go play action now. Wilson. Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. To throw is Wilson. That's caught left side by Hardman. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact. And
touchdown Bears! Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Bears will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Pats at the line, ready to go. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final play of the half. Mills airing it out, looking for Ridley. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaughan. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From the 6. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half. No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 55 rushing yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Now Wilson. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. And the Pats are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Mills now. He'll go underneath, dropping it off to Edwards. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Running left is Edwards. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
He's going to wind up and air it out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's Mills. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
And this is caught. A huge play there for Chicago. And even 40 yards.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
They'll run with Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Cook, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll run for it with Cook. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. They won on 2 fronts there, so to speak, Charles. Not only do they stop him short of the first, they get him out of bounds and stop the clock.
Yeah, they won. The offensive guys lost because they wanted to stay in bounds and have that clock run or force you to use timeouts. Instead, the defense won, as you mentioned, on both fronts.
36 fouls.
4th down. Here's Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Patriots get the football back. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership will.
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make
touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Bears are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. The 40, 20, 10. He will score. Touchdown, Patriots.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields it in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
He fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it. And you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone. And that's exactly why he did.
Tony Pollard on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Wilson. And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there for Chicago. 51 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Bears have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch.
Mills hit, and he loses the ball. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. Slide for the PAT. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Makes the score Bears 42, Patriots 13.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This two shall pass, this two shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Bears are going to get it back here just past the 35. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
And Wilson with it, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Play action now, Mills. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well.
Touchdown, Patriots! Derrick Henry. He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Patriots get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth-quarter deficit. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my good...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Now Joey Sly for the point after.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Bears are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, here's Wilson.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect on the long pass. He actually brings it in, but he was out of bounds, incomplete. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Wilson wants to throw it. Completes it to Hardman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Airing it out deep for Smith. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Throwing again here, Wilson. This is Smith with a grab. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Play action. Now Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
They go play action with Wilson. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Bears, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games.
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we were the ride nobody wave, we the ones who started it. Translation, Yanni had to buy Yanni at Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit. Grrr,
trust, me taking no loss. We need the hottest on the scene. Gemstones from the dust. Big dog, leash. Where's the love in the streets? For my heart on the beat. See that blood on my sheets. Yeah, when me ready, me hit it heavy. I zoom on the pride of my people already. Them I see Ellie. Me, I'm just sharing my journey. I'm thankful the people they hear me. Tribe of Joseph, I'm ahead of the bunch. P5, I was starving for months. A running cut team, but on my pockets, me.